Hey, welcome back, guys. It's Freestyle Friday. Mikki Campbell here. Thanks again for tuning into the show. As you know, every Friday I'm doing this Freestyle Friday, and it's just me freely talking about things that bring a smile to my face, and hopefully they'll bring a smile to yours. And this show started out several weeks ago, and every episode thus far has been funny stories from my wrestling career. And I just wanted to continue along that path because I'm really having a good time reflecting. Wrestling and I had a really bad breakup, and I didn't look back on my career quite the same way as I'm enjoying doing now through this show. So thank you for those of you that are tuning in, and I hope you enjoy some of the stories that I share, and I hope you get a belly laugh from some of them like I do as I reflect back on them. And so this week's show, I'm going to talk about the time that I broke a guy's neck, and yeah, it actually is a funny story. So hang around. So the way this story come to be for me this week on this week's episode was recently someone asked me what's the most severe injury that I saw in the ring with me personally during my time as a professional wrestler. And I said, well, I broke a guy's neck one time. He said, you broke a guy's neck? He said, I'm not talking about part of the show, Mick. He said, I want you to tell me what is the most severe injury that you actually witnessed in your career while you were in the ring with somebody. Said, I broke a guy's neck. Mick, how did you break his neck? I said, I didn't even touch him. What are you talking about? Here's how it goes. Ricky and I were wrestling together, tag team, and we were booked on this show at the Honeypath National Guard Armory here in South Carolina. And it was a really fun show. We had a really good time doing the show. We got put in the semi-main event, and the guys that we were wrestling against, one of them at least wasn't tremendously overly experienced. But anyways, I won't call his name. I'm not here to embarrass anybody or downplay anything that happened. And I know you guys are starting to think I'm sick, wanting to make fun of breaking somebody's neck. But hang around and you'll understand why. So during the match at some point, I used to throw super kicks. And so for you guys that aren't familiar with wrestling terminology or maybe don't know what a super kick is, it's when I stand flat-footed, kick up to the side, kick a guy in the chin, and usually ends up knocking him down. Well, in order to do that, as we all know, the cat's out of the bag on wrestling, so obviously I'm not kicking this guy in the chin, right? But as a professional, it was my job to get as close as I can and somehow or another get some sound and or payoff from this move to really get the crowd's attention and make it look more devastating, if you will. So we're setting up in the match, it's getting time for it. I call for the super kick, and when I would throw my super kick, I would try to aim my right foot just outside the cheek so that the toe may brush or come in contact with the face slightly, just a little bit, if at all. But the closer I got, the better it was for me and my opponent. So I throw this guy the super kick, and I get a payoff, and it echoes in this National Guard Armory. And what I mean by payoff is that some way or another, a slap sound has to be made. And I prided myself on mine being as loud as I possibly could make them to really draw the crowd's attention to the move that had just taken place, right? So I throw this super kick, and immediately I feel bad. I'm like, oh man, I whiffed this guy. And if you don't know what that means that you may have seen it before in wrestling or in other venues or whatever, where a movie even, where the guy throws a punch and completely misses the other guy, and the other guy just falls down and looks like he's really gotten his world rocked. So immediately when I threw this super kick, I felt like I had really shot past the guy so bad, and it looked horrible, and he took this big bump for me. He fell to make it look as though I'd really kicked his head off. And so I look down at him, and I'm immediately feeling guilty that I've whiffed him. So I've made us both look real bad. When I go to cover the guy or go for the next move, he tells me, don't touch me, I can't move. I'm like, what? And now I'm freaking out a little bit. What are you talking about? What happened? I'm thinking, you know, he landed wrong, jarred his neck, hurt himself, hit himself, concussion. I don't really know what's going on. All I know is when I threw the super kick to me, my foot went way over here and he fell real big, and we got a loud payoff, and I didn't even touch the guy. So I look up at Ricky, and I'm like, he says he's hurt. And Ricky says, well, let's take it home. So that means the guy's hurt. Let's wrap this match up, go about our business, find out what's wrong, get him some help. So we ended the match right then and there. The guy won't roll out of the ring. He won't move. They bring other guys come out. They help him out of the ring. They carry him back to the dressing room. And we're in this old National Guard Armory area with locker rooms with this bench seating around the locker. So they've got this guy laying on this bench seat. And I'm immediately making my way to him because, I want to find out, hey, man, what happened? I'm sorry I whiffed you on that kick. I hope you are okay. What happened? Did you hit your head? What happened? And when I walked up, he looks up at me. He says, man, I can't believe you did me that way. I said, what are you talking about, bro? He says, you broke my neck. I'm like, man, how did I break your neck? He says, I've never been hit so hard before, so loud, that I got hit so hard I didn't even feel it. Long story short, mine was so loud that this guy thought I had hit him so hard, immediately broke his neck, he didn't even feel it. He refused to move. I said, man, get up. The guy raises up. He still can't believe it. He's still in shock. He don't really know what happened. He can't figure it out. He got hit so hard that he didn't even feel it. Have y'all ever heard that? You hit me so hard that I didn't even feel it. Anyways, luckily, it was just a misguided feeling of what had just taken place inside the world of professional wrestling. This guy didn't last in the business very much longer after that. I don't think our paths ever even crossed again professionally. But if he happens to be watching, God bless you, man. I've never hit anybody so hard they didn't feel it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you could get a kick out of it, like what I did there. And anyways, so I broke a guy's neck without even touching him. How many people you know that have done that? You guys have a great weekend. Thanks again for tuning in. Hey, don't forget, every Tuesday, Transformation Talk Tuesday, my life's passion is about helping people transform their body, mind, and spirit. I try to put out a lot of free content to help as many people as I possibly can overcome the objections and obstacles that are in their way and help them to achieve the life that they strive for. So you guys have a blessed weekend. Please tune in. Share this with anybody you think may get a giggle out of it. And be careful breaking people's neck without even touching them. God bless. Thanks again.